So we're going to talk about the fascia. So Fascia. So the fascia is one of the biggest and most important systems in your body that not a lot of people are talking about, but most recently it's come about in the world of physiotherapy, physical therapy, in the world of fitness, because now people are trying to really integrate their practice, their movement practice, and their therapy with fascia incorporate, or the understanding of fascia into it. So what is fascia? Fascia is this organic thing inside your body that covers practically everything. Your muscles, your bones, your tendons, your ligaments, right? And if you do some research on it, in fact, when you take out your skin, and if there was a corpse, that you would take out the entire skin, and then what would be left would be a framework still of your entire body, the shape of your body, without the skin, and that's keeping it and holding it together, and that would be your fascia. So it's made of mostly water crystals, you can think of it that way. And the main function of that is it provides elasticity to the stuff that it connects to. So if it's connecting muscle to muscle, or muscle to joint, muscle to your bones, right? Tendons to bones, then if it's not elastic, then it won't also allow the muscles to move properly. So hence you get some muscle soreness, you get some muscle tightness, you get lack of mobility, you get pain. And normally, or usually, people think that, oh, it's because of a muscle, oh, it's because of a bone or my joints. But a lot more therapists are finding out now that it is usually from the fascia. And our fascia, they run in different ways. So they're not just fixed in a certain line or a certain direction. They go in certain lines in the body. So I'm going to share with you, if you're experiencing some tightness, like what some of you are already, like somewhere in the lower back, or in the butt, or in the groin, or in the shoulders and the neck, something that you can do at home just to relieve some tension, some pain. Okay? Now these exercises, or these movements, this is called a little bit therapy. You can do these for no longer than 2 minutes. Okay, so you can stop at 2 minutes for the same spot. Okay, but anything longer than that really won't be beneficial. Anything shorter than that, well, you might not have the full benefit as well. So target, get into the pose, get into the movement, and then time yourself for 2 minutes. Do that continuously, and then stop, and then move on to another spot if you need to. So I'm going to use a tennis ball. Okay, a softball may be too big. A baseball a little bit harder, but it's okay. If you have one of those myofascial balls, those myofascial release balls, the one that you see at the gym, or the one that your therapist uses, that's way even better. But for now, what I have here at home is my tennis ball, so let's use that. We'll start off first with the lower back. Okay. So a lot of us have tension in the lower back. So this is your lower back, and then your sacral area is this one. So there's this triangular bone at the base of your spine, right here, it looks like that, and that's your sacrum. So the sacrum is the one connected to your tailbone, it's connected to your lower back, but it's roughly here. It's right above where your butt crack ends, yeah, that line there, and then that triangular thing, that bone there, okay? So there's a lot of muscles here. Your butt is connected all the way here to your sacral area, and also, of course, your fascia. So there's a lot of tightening that could happen here. So one really great way to relieve the tension in the lower back, in the butt, and for some even in the front part of the body, is to use the tennis ball and then just target it here. So if you have your sacral area, and you can use my hand to demonstrate the sacral area. Okay, don't put the ball under the bone itself. Okay, don't put it under the bone itself, but surrounding that. So the kind of like the meat or the flesh surrounding the bone. So I'm gonna lie down, but I'm gonna place it under here, and then I'm gonna roll on my back and then just have the ball. I'm gonna put pressure on it, lying down, and I'm just gonna roll the ball up and down, up and down. You can roll it sideways too, like so, okay? And it feels really nice. In fact, you can do some self-exploration, say that, oh, okay, I'm gonna move this way a little bit more because that's where, oh, I'm feeling it. And it feels kind of like a little bit painful, but a little bit good too. So it's a combination of that, not just pain, okay? So you're gonna lie down, right? Plant your feet on the ground and then place the ball under there. So again, not under your bone, okay? And then put some pressure on it. And then first see how it feels. You may need to readjust several times. Yeah? And in fact, just putting pressure on it here, you already feel it. Like for me, at least because I have some lower back issues, just having the ball under there and putting some weight on it, I feel it already. I feel it all the way to my left toes, in fact. Okay? Because the thing with our bodies, everything is connected. So I'm going to move here to the side because, yeah, that feels a little bit painful, but at the same time, it feels really deep. It feels really nice. Okay? So you're going to do that. Once you found that nice part where you feel that you could work on something that, you know, feels kind of tight, but it's also, you know that you need some work on it, time yourself for 2 minutes. Yeah? And keep doing that in that motion, or just stay still for 2 minutes. And then you can move on. Okay? Now if you're experiencing pain in the front part here, right, this is your inguinal area. So kind of this is your groin over here. If you're feeling, one other thing you can do is place your fingers right here on your pelvic bone and then slide it maybe an inch or two down. So there's that space here, that fleshy part here, kind of like a, was that a convex or concave? I forget. A dip, an area that goes inside and dips. And you can place the ball under there, and you're going to lie on your belly and place the ball under that. Avoid the bone, yeah? So not that bone here, your hip bone, but that space there. If it's too intolerable, the pain is intolerable, don't do it, right? And you can tuck your toes, and you can lift up and move up and down. Move up and down. See how that feels. Like for me, this isn't feeling so nice, and it's feeling a little bit too intense, right? So feel it out, see what works for you, okay? Another way also you can go, so that was the back, that was the front. You can go into the side also. So this part of your butt here, you can use your left hand to support, and then use your right hand at the back too, and then roll, sliding, and feeling it out, avoiding the bone. So it's like giving yourself a nice deep tissue massage. Again, time yourself 2 minutes. Another way, so that's for the lower back. So with the shoulders. So most people who have issues with the lower back also have issues with the shoulders. And that's because of this particular fascial line, right, that runs from the body, crossing down from the shoulder, left shoulder down to the middle of the body, down to the right hip and down to the back. And then the other one crosses here. So if you can imagine, like, you know, you have x-ray vision and you're imagining that line, kind of like a band. That's your, kind of like your fascia. So when it's tight here in this area, what happens is that it kind of tugs that whole fascia line and also pulls down on this opposite shoulder. So the concept really, if it's not so clear, is, you know, just look at my shirt right now, right? Just look at my shirt the way it is. But if I am tugging on this particular part, okay, and I am tugging it, and I am tugging and lifting and maybe lifting it, and you'll notice that not only this part gets affected, but because it's connected, it'll tug on this part too, and it'll stretch out these parts, and these parts here get affected. So it's the similar concept. It's a similar concept, right? So you can take your ball for your shoulders. Again, find that hollow. There, I found the word. Hollow spot here. And then you can give yourself a nice deep tissue massage. So just hollow spot, and then relaxing. You can move it here. Like I feel it here in my pectoral muscle here, and the joint here in the shoulders. Yeah. 2 minutes, right? Put, ease off the pressure if you feel it's too much, but if you want some more, you know, what's great about this is you can tell, or just, you know, by yourself and by the pressure that you're giving yourself, how much pressure you need. Yeah. So yeah, just slow, circular, deep motions. Feels really nice too. So again, when you do these, a little bit of discomfort, but also that discomfort brings you some sort of like, oh yeah, that feels kind of good, you know, like kind of painful kind of good, not just painful, ow, ow, ow. Okay. So there, tennis ball, and yourself, and a timer, 2 minutes.